Well, now we look towards Corrode, and that should be comfortable territory for a team like NRG. They've had a lot of success over the last 2 years on that one map as well. They made it kind of their bread and butter, actually, in terms of how they were getting wins at Champs as well. And all smiles, they're quite happy about this.
Of course, they're 10-1 on this map all time. They've only lost on it once.
I didn't know the numbers.
Yeah, so it's absolutely a map that they're comfortable on. Having said that, they've only played it once this year. Most teams do not want to play it against them, but in a best of 5 like this, where MIBR also want to get rid of Pearl, it is inevitably going to come up in the map pool at some point. And NRG have made sure it's an instant response after Bind. So this is a chance for the defending world champions to punch back. And I think it gives us another opportunity to look at Aspas again, as the desk we're talking about, but this time in a solo duelist capacity, because we got to see him as part of the double duelist shine on Bind. That has been working better just generally for MIBR. Even when Aspas wasn't playing that well, the double duelist comps were working, right? They were 4-2 on them prior to entering today. On solo duelist maps, they're 2-5.
Yeah, it's a massive difference.
And they've only beaten Envy on solo duelist maps, which is...
So that's 2 of the wins.
Yeah, that is a pretty astonishing situation to be in. MIBR have struggled here, but I do think part of it is that it was putting a lot of pressure on Aspas, and he wasn't in his best form for whatever reason. But if he plays like he did today on Bind, and he brings that to Corrode, it'll be a good sign even if MIBR aren't able to deliver NRG their second ever loss on this map.
For NRG, they'll be looking to shove back this MIBR team that are coming into this game with perhaps more energy than they anticipated.
Yeah.
After they had to play multiple back-to-back best-of-5s.
Well, they lost very, very quickly to G2.
They did.
They only got, I think it was 17 rounds.
Yeah.
So that was, I mean, essentially, that's shorter than some BO3s.
Potentially an A-main fight early on. Seeing the teams here, we'll see how fast they choose to take it. Contacting for now, but this is about to get explosive off the contact of Matter. Players waiting in the wings here. Aspas is going to be that first casualty, even over the shoulder. Matter with a follow-up. That is a 1-2 punch. And that is as rapid as anything.
Yeah, this map might be a little different to Bind. This is the bottom of NRG's pool, right up to the top of NRG's map pool. So you will expect them to be coming out with more trap plays and setups like this. That one, fairly standard, taking contact immediately, then you go for the hinder and you hard punish everybody else behind. It's nasty stuff. Now NRG with a chance to continue this.
Yeah.
And keep the momentum going.
Money's good. Outward purchase for Matter.
MIBR go back to the well. We're going to do the exact same thing because we know that you're not going to be running the same trap play.
Kind of sidestep that, but that is it. 3 players tagged, suppressed by the knife. It's good information.
And that's what these comps are all about. You know, you get the information that they're over towards A, and you're in a position where you can push out the other side of the map and take some space. You know, it's a very fundamental way that NRG like to play on lots of maps.
Oh well. A few shots straight to the dome. Kiko has got to be really clean with this one. Still with those class 6s. Verno! What is he doing with that gun?
Keeping up his spectacular form from Bind.
Unethical things. Brock, though, seems to be ready for this. Anticipating the push, and yeah, the crosshair placement was more than ready for it. There's a lot of damage done to Scuba a little bit earlier, but Aspas dropped down to 52 health himself. The entirety of the A site has been given up to him. Allows him a plant and allows him an in. But he needs to find a few more where that came from. Double dash in. Matter does not go down, but Aspas is opening himself up wide there. The hinder connects, and Scuba just slips in through the back line there.
Takes his time with that shot as well.
Yeah.
NRG did invest fully into that round. Nobody was keeping, you know, just a pistol in their pocket, something like that. So MIBR have done damage here to the economy. Will make the bonus round slightly worse for NRG. But if they set up some kind of trap like they did on round 1, it could still definitely do some damage. And Ethan, good to see him up towards the top, even if it is, you know, not in rifle rounds, because he was having a struggle city out there on Bind in terms of his fragging and his calling. So he'll be feeling a lot more comfortable out here in France. Is that where Corrode is?
I believe so, yeah. There's a lot of bakeries, so...
That is how you can tell where you are.
You can make the association. I do, often. Yeah. The composition helps as well of Ethan's calling, I think, running a KO and a Sova. A lot of tools to get that mid-round info. That is a perfectly timed knife, actually. Unfortunate timing for Brock.
Yeah, but a nice idea from MIBR.
Yeah. Thrown immediately. Confiscated, so no real mid-round info, but they know that there's some presence towards mid. They're making a lot of noise now. MIBR jumping around, not too scared of things, but they might be scared of what Ethan's holding, that Bucky.
Double Bucky as well if they go back into B and Aspas decides to path towards elbow. At the moment, playing that 1-3-1.
Aggro.
3 suppressed.
3 tagged. Ethan trying to creep his way back up onto the line, but he's going to get punished for it. They main control, though, still maintained. Mada's here, and this is an important fight. It takes wins this one outside, stepping with the movement, but Mada in control of it. Makes the right micro adjustments and light speed to get back to safety. Rejoining with his team. Him and Kiko want to try and hold down control over towards elbow. Side control given up.
Spike's late. Mazzino had it controlling B.
Towards the side, Aspas is taking this fight straight up, but he's locked up himself and off and around all that time pressure. Mata! How's he done it again? Where does he pull it from? The amount of aces this guy gets. We shouldn't be surprised at this point, but
every time, though, it's ridiculous.
That's astounding.
This is crazy. This is his 11th ace. Most of anybody in Americas. In his short career, he's already had twice as many aces as Aspas in Americas. Is that not unbelievable?
It's ridiculous.
The amount of times that he single-handedly wins rounds for NRG is astonishing, especially on the defense side.
The best of beginnings right now for NRG. Money knocked here for MIBR. Aspas is going to be finding it hard pressed to get anything done. But just now, Bucky for NRG. They're going to be smiling. Ethan, one away from an ult. Mada earned it up from that performance.
Means that the money is good. He can threaten that he has an operator in one of these rounds.
Yeah.
The ult is fantastic. It's a disaster for MIBR.
Rourke with that Odin. He's doing filthy stuff to 100 Thieves. Custom crafted lineups to try and kill Asuna.
Yeah, that one was disgusting on Pearl.
Yeah. Seen an ult considered, and why not? Got it early enough.
He has had it early enough, but it is a full anti-eco.
But they want to maintain momentum, I think. NRG trying to stomp out any signs of uprising.
But no follow-up.
No follow-up, just enough to slow them down, potentially insert. Reassess the situation, though. These smokes are eventually retreating back, but Mada back to the wall. There's plenty of targets now. Flashes dodged, avoided. Kiko's forwards onto this line already. There's players, though, and this could get really scrappy. Indeed, it does. They've been overwhelmed. Elbow control taken over. Guns handed over. Jumping up, Bucky around, anticipating the reswing. Ethan, it's good presence of mind, but there's so much damage done in the movement. He's just B-hopping his way out of there. Text from the side, sharpshooting with the Sheriff. Rourke, though, it's not going to be any match for Verno, not when he's got that gun back in his hands. And now to swing, Mazzino's feeling it. A thrifty win for MIBR.
What a turnaround instantly from MIBR. It looked like a disaster situation for them. Lost 3 in a row. Mada with his ult up already.
That's shocking.
I'm not a big fan of the investment of the ult in that situation, but Mada and Kiko got squeezed there, trying to hold down elbow against the lighter weaponry. Couldn't pin down fights. Mada, though, has the money to be able to go for the op now. So op, Odin, light armor on everybody, but MIBR not looking to punish it. Aspas with a rifle in hand. If Aspas goes for his classic dash into mid, normally he's going to be worried about the knife. He's
going to be worried about Mada now with that operator, because he's trained onto the angle, but he misses the shot. That's just a wide face. Suppressed, though, to refract. He's stuck in no man's land right now, and Mada knows it. Hunting for that kill. It's fast pressure that's being unleashed now. MIBR looking to make the most of all that. Sound cues and chaos out towards mid. No command that's going to be emanating. Mazzino now to try and put a stop to it, but I mean, Ethan is way too aware.
That is clean from Ethan, even as he's dropping down from a box.
Spike planted.
2v3 for MIBR. Verno and Zekken have got to be on point. NRG, not normally in the habit of making mistakes and creating openings, but Verno is taking risks himself. He might just spot it there, and there it is. Perfect angle. Shots going into the floor. Trying to chop them down at the ankles. It's damage done to Scuba, but no kill confirmed. Leaves Zekken in a 1v2. All on his shoulders. Trying to really lay it down with the bullets, but a snake bite causing issues, but he collects the first kill anyway. Shock bite rebounding. Rourke just walks right into it. And Zekken secures it. A Red Bull clutch. 3 kills in a round for him.
Beautifully played from Zekken. Manages to collect those frags. The whole round, though, is quite nice from MIBR. Aspas deliberately getting stuck, I think, so that if you punish him, there's a fast react on the other side into A. They're using Aspas as bait in mid. And they take the whole of the A site as compensation and get into a spot where Zekken can win a 1v2. Double enormous rounds there from MIBR have knocked the economy. After winning a bonus, NRG are only up 3-2.
It's turbulent.
It's rare that you see that.
These teams taking chunks out of each other and having outlaw going walkabouts here. Aspas has got to be clean. First shot going wide as that follow-up as well. There's action happening all across the map here. Multiple fronts. Underhanded with a flash. And Mazzino, yeah, he's feeling it now. Aspas, meanwhile, being pressured. Pushed into a corner towards the top section as mid, but his team's already got it, and Tech should be able to secure this kill. And there it is. Aspas will be the one to find it.
Yeah, fair enough. Would have had Tech's ult online, but never mind.
The way these rounds have gone back and forth, MIBR now have worked their way up. Look at the amount of ults they've got.
Yeah, they're in a great position. Not only that, everybody on NRG is going to be going for light armor in the next, and Aspas has an outlaw. So he's got chances of being able to get into position. I'm interested in terms of what he does in mid, if he goes for the same pathing again. Remember, by the way, that Aspas and Verno have met NRG on Corrode before. They played against them at Champs. And Aspas was going for this double dash play. He got hit by the knife a bunch of times, and they were like, what do we do against this?
Send it again.
Here he just decides to walk on through.
Knife is used in a different direction, Ethan. Laid it down towards A main.
He's upgraded the outlaw to a rifle, Aspas too.
Drone spots it. It's a tag on the Verno. Spells out actually quite a bit. If the server's this deep, then chances are the rest of the team probably is as well. Convergent paths, though, trying to take a bit of that link control. Aspas is alone, really, in this approach. He's got one player towards the back, but off all this pressure again, MIBR are so happy to just slip into the gaps. Zekken claims the life over towards B. It's TPs on TPs. The reposition over towards A main, and Ethan's taking risks to try and offset that disadvantage. It does not go his way. Double dash again over towards A, though. It's Scuba looking to hold this one down. Brock behind him. But they are left in a 3v5. You have to see heroics now coming out from NRG if they want to stand a chance. Will the clearance be there in time? Scuba holding his nerve, swings out wide. That's Aspas to lead it. Shots over, lighting him up, and seconds in the air, man.
That's criminal.
Toying with him. Drop down to 28 health. Shocks are flying. The time pressure is definitely there. Anything to try and push these players out and away. You never want to count this team out, but it looks like NRG are already calling it quits.
Zekken has been completely activated today. He started out with a great beginning on Bind, overshadowed in the end, to be honest with you, by Aspas and Verno, who were also playing fantastically. But we've been waiting for Zekken to have a monster game on Omen, because in theory that should be how this MIBR team manages to pull off the solo duelist well. Can Kiko keep the gun? No.
Verno! He's a man on a mission.
Runs him over like a truck. But Zekken got inserted into such a deep position on B, deleted Mada, and NRG had no idea where they're going at that point. MIBR controlled the whole of the middle of the map. They could go in either direction, and it forces Ethan to go for that, you know, really risky play that you're watching right there. But that's all set up by Zekken being able to get into mid, grab a kill, and then what is this?
Zero reaction out of Zekken.
Very silly. Yeah. What a great response from MIBR. 4 rounds in a row here.
It is. It's an unreal turnaround, honestly, from one game to the next. Exactly the type of thing you've got to throw at a team like NRG to just throw them off their expectations. They've called for a timeout. They need to change the course of this one, but there's a lot less hesitancy from MIBR. As soon as there's pressure being created in one area, the rest of the team eager to immediately jump on it, capitalize.
Yeah, I think crucially too, Aspas is playing very boldly. Like he is drawing a lot of attention towards himself, which allows the others to go off and do their own thing. Like I said, at Champs, when you watch these two teams play against each other, Aspas would be dashing through mid and then forced to refract because he didn't want to take the risk of getting suppressed and then just getting stuck. But now they've built out protocols to deal with that. Now, if Aspas does get threatened, then we have the aggression to go in a different direction. We can use this guy as a distraction. He doesn't always have to be alive for the late round. This is the kind of stuff that you need to build out to get the best out of MIBR. They haven't tested Scuba yet.
No. Might be feeling the heat soon enough, though, because this is rapid. That's a paranoia. Flash overhead. Players, though, from NRG, they had a 3-player stack into mid, so they can instantly respond to this one. Aspas in and out. Back again. Drones forwards. Quick exchange of the weaponry. This is no slowing down from MIBR. Even can't quite get control of the rifle. These trades are intact for MIBR themselves, but off onto the flank. Matter. He likes to take timings like this, especially when he knows that he can get away with it. Still spotted out. Level of awareness there for Verno. Matter was able to just escape it.
But he's boxing them in. He's seen all 3 of the players from MIBR. Now they've got to go forwards.
There's only one choice to go forwards. Mazzino hits a cracking shot. Aspas is the next one up.
Well, they've just completely obliterated the 2 defenders there on the site.
It's dangerous. They might have been cornered, but not a team, the form that MIBR are in, that you want to corner. They will definitely punch their way through it.
They do look like they're in different form today.
Yeah, angry almost.
I would agree. Yeah,
Mazzino was kind of, he was channeling definitely some level of that in the final map of Corrode yesterday. They were down and out. He was putting his body on line. He was running them down. He was spraying bodies.
Yeah.
Because he does have more skin in the game than most in terms of wanting to make it to Santiago.
Yeah, he was saying sometimes when he thinks about the idea of him being there, playing there in front of everybody in his hometown, it's like a little tear comes to his eye.
Yeah.
You do not want to let that opportunity disappear from you.
And it feels like that attitude that he has, that just will, that drive to run at them, has infected the rest of MIBR.
Well, there's so much on the line here for both teams.
Yeah.
They're both squads with enormous expectations, sure, but also individually. I mean, if Aspas makes it to Santiago, he's got a chance to compete for a 2nd trophy, bolster the claim at GOAT status. Ethan could add a Masters trophy, potentially. What are these shots, though?
Yeah. So fast to react, but you're exactly right. The stakes are leveled on the shoulders of these players in terms of the legacy that they're going to be setting out. To create and make, that is a saturator, does connect. That's Fury, that's huge. Massive, in fact, so much damage done. It's Brock just cleaving through the opposition, and why not?
Almost a prediction there on Zekken's TP. But the damage onto Aspas and Zekken is also enormous.
Softens them up. And these angles. NRG just willing to let them all the way in, and Brock, oh, I mean, he goes down. Matador looking to see if he can at least play off that sound pressure. He's biding his time for a certain degree, but he is stuck behind his box. Difficult spot, but the light speed will get him out of dodge.
Well, here comes the flank.
Yeah, and here it is, cornered in. Zekken was trying to set that up with a bit of util and expected that it would take that time. And this is NRG again. They're dishing it out straight back at MIBR, not willing to just sit back, get ran over.
It's pretty similar to the previous round, but this time MIBR don't find the ridiculous shots to get themselves into the B site. Of course, it helps that Brock did crazy damage early on off the back of the saturate. So close to getting the prediction onto Zekken. But I think MIBR have got to be aware of the fact that if they 5-person default over towards B, there's going to be a player behind them, there's going to be difficult crossfires for them to get through on site. I think it's time to abandon this game plan.
Yeah.
Fraud's going to take the tactical timeout here, but the mid pressure was working. I'd be very tempted to go back to that. They've already got 5, which is very, very good on the attack side of Corrode.
Sets them up particularly well. There's a lot to think about if you are MIBR, though. Despite the fact that they're leading by the 1 round, it's NRG that feel like they have taken control back again. These deep flanks from Mada or Scuba, whoever it might be. Like we were saying, they're penning in MIBR, forcing them to fight their way through it and out. It's not consistent, though.
Well, it might be consistent if MIBR keep throwing B hits out again and again and again, but that would be madness.
I meant not consistent for MIBR. They can't punch their way out of it every time.
Yeah, definitely. I think if there's an adjustment here, though, NRG will be back to the drawing board in terms of trying to figure out what they want to do.
And this was
already anticipating the mid take.
Well, they did this before when the B hit came in about 2 rounds ago. They had a 3-player stack in mid. And so they're going straight back to it, anticipating that MIBR are going to go for the mid take.
Scoop is going to pit Amy as well. Different defensive Viper wall.
Here it is. They hit a double dash. They see the flash going overhead. Now that's going to be saturated into the corner. Forces the pullback. Recalling all the way to the rest of the pack now, but straight into the Viper's pit. Scuba has been pressed out of it. Respecting the drone, this pit will be dropped. Ethan, he's collected a kill onto Mazzino. That was just bottom section of mid here. And a big group up from MIBR once more. Similar situation. They're going to try and use this wall to get up and out, but this is a trap laying in wait. Conversion paths is primed, waiting for the right signal to go. The drone. Don't want to go off that. Potentially waiting for the smokes to dissipate, but he just takes the timing now. Tex is definitely caught between a rock and a hard place, but he's found himself a slight pocket to play in. This wall is causing so many issues right now. They can't get past it, but as it drops, NRG trying to fight them. Just a 1-for-1. Tex is still isolated in a spot like this. 45 seconds left.
MIBR have done the same thing again, where they all group up on one side of the map, and there's really no opportunity to leave.
Deep down into the corner, but it's not getting the most value because there's a stack of NRG players waiting.
30 seconds left.
Entrenched right now onto the A site. Kiko holding down that Link Avenue, but that's a shock and a molly. Missed time, but the snake bite does the job regardless. Enough damage done in the end. Side open, off angle for Mada. Spotted out though just from the jiggles, and this has to be again firepower, brute force. That's how you pave away the victory. And Aspas slowly encroaching. We'll deny the ace, but a round they'll take.
It's very similar to a couple of rounds ago where MIBR find themselves boxed in and yet still persevere, cracking the defensive setups of NRG. Everybody knew that MIBR was scattered in this area. The follow-up on the way ult is not great, to be honest with you. Mada's had a couple of those where it doesn't seem to be getting much value.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Well, the timing was a bit off.
Yeah.
There was a smoke in their face with the Omen smoke.
They couldn't follow up,
And then there was enough fuel in the tank to just put the wall up. Just waited all the way out.
Tex with a 4K, doubles his kills and takes MIBR up to 6. This is an astonishingly good attack side into NRG on Corrode.
A lot of util, a lot of pressure. It's flashes exchanged on either side. Bit of a handshake, and Aspas is raring to go. Still that operator. Hyper aggro destroyed. Needs to be broken. He'll just do it himself, actually. Gets the tag onto Zekken and peels and pushes them back for now. Double dash matter as well, rejoining the pack. NRG. Signature play at this point for them. They want to go for these high-low positions, taking fights together.
Aspas is so alone out here on elbow with his arm. They're just leaving him.
Content to see what he can find himself. Full contacting around the map. Not too much into the way of sound cues, about 40 seconds remaining.
Ethan should have his knife back online soon, I think.
Yeah, soon enough. Gotta imagine.
Oh no, 20 seconds actually. He used it late in the round.
So left in the dark, left in the unknown. Knives are going to be flying overhead here. Aspas is still lurking around towards the back here, but I'm not too sure he's going to be able to find too much in terms of targets. His B side has to be the hit. Surely you can't go back to A. You have 20 seconds.
20 seconds!
20 seconds. Tex is gone. Down and out. That's a no command. Emanating. Ripped out now. MIBR scrambling. Lost in the dark right now. 13 seconds.
Do they even have time?
I don't know. Corrode is a big map, man. You got to get a move on. You got to sprint now. 7 seconds. You really have to get a go. That's barely enough time. And mid needs to be held down. Navigated the first danger, but can you get past this? Mazzino puts a stop to it himself.
On for the ace.
Determined for the ace. Determined to book his team's ticket to Santiago himself. Scuba walking and waiting right into his grasp, and he all just has to maintain that composure. Waiting now, Scuba knows it. He can feel it, the pressure's there, the players are surrounding him. MIBR will not let this slip, not in the slightest. Again, no ace, a bit of a repeat of the last round, to be honest.
He's chuckling to himself, Mazzino, happy with the 4K. What a pivot late round from MIBR. Inserting Aspas as the lurking attack op waylay in elbow, and then going back to him with 20 seconds left
I can't
with a
believe
fake
that.
pit. I'm amazed that that worked. Mada had a chance to ruin the round.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's fine, it's whatever, it's whatever.
It's whatever, we got the round.
Mazzino will be happy as long as they win this match. Doesn't matter by hook or by crook.
Deep knife, Mazzino. All the way over towards B, but he's going to be rejoining again this stack of players. MIBR been playing this entirely together. So much space given up to Aspas. He is taking the entirety of the site now. Different approach. They path up towards the left-hand side. No command that was earned up. That's just from those kills that Mazino got earlier. These smokes are causing issues. How do you get past this? Because it's tricky.
Mazino's just bunny hopped through them.
Yeah, he does. No plant down still. Verno's near the back of it. Needs to be escorted straight to the side. These are kills now underhanded. They want to fight them tooth and nail. They really want to draw the blood out of them. The opponent's NRG, they can't withstand it.
Every flash, perfection. Mazino and Second combined together, and MIBR are wiping the floor with NRG. They've only lost a single time on this map. But I think MIBR are poised to give them a second.
This is an unbelievable attack side round, and Scuba's already given it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Final round and a half. Listen, he's just going to be
they know
playing
it.
back.
Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
This is done.
Time ticking. Got to play to your ounce, but it doesn't seem like he wants to.
Nice. He is simply wasting time here.
Okay, sure.
MIBR getting up to an 8-4 half on the attack side with great individual performances, good calling, ways of navigating even when NRG had the stacks in the right places. The pressure is massively on the defending world champions on a map that should be their best.
It's just ridiculous. 8-4. There's pure aggression again that just leads the way. MIBR to get put into an uncomfortable spot. They are so willing to lean into the fighting aspect.
This is a different team to what we've seen
Guys,
recently.
if I kill him there, I get ult for next round.
Yeah, into the pistol. That's what Scuba was doing, trying to save the gun for the next, apparently. But yeah, we'll see. Next half coming up, MIBR firmly in that driving seat.
Holy smokes! You don't look so good, boss.
Tell me about it. It's a real inferno down here, and I'm burnt out.
Here, try a Red Bull. It's devilishly good.
Red Bull? Oh, that tastes heavenly. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Wings? Wings? I can't have wings. Not in my position.
Red Bull gives you wings. Break it down.
What an unreal half of Valorant here. Corrode, NRG's bread and butter, their map pick. It's currently MIBR leading by 4 rounds, 8-4, and that's with NRG winning a pistol and converting the bonus. It's astounding what they managed to do, and a turnaround, this ideological difference from one game to the next. It's MIBR bringing it to NRG, making them uncomfortable entirely, and now again, the onus lies on NRG's shoulders to see if they can push back. Can they find a way through?
A quarter of NRG's rounds have come from Mada acing. That's not a stat that you really want. And you're right, pressure is massively on NRG. If they do go quickly here, though, Tex is all alone.
Yeah.
Snakebite's going to hold people off for a while, though.
Always hell to try and get them all the way in. Mada's going to go into a different direction of it. Absorbing up one side of it. The Snakebite does slow them down for an instance. MIBR happy to, again, get that flank going all the way through mid, clear it all the way out, but that's a punish onto Kiko. Deep TP up onto Heaven. Tex is not alone here. Mazino's waiting into the sideline. This is a spike in the hands of Ethan, by the way. They want to fight and try and flip this one all the way around. They want kills before they feel comfortable, but now the spike is dropped down in the middle of nowhere. This is ridiculous. Brock is the one who has to see if he can find a way through. And with shots like that, he might have just done it. Spike reclaims, but a danger. They haven't skirted it just yet. The shots just barely missing. Walls up, curtain in your face, lining up. MIBR, sharpshooters themselves.
NRG are lost in the sauce right now.
What is happening?
That's a B pistol round that they haven't shown as far as I can remember with the wall set up like that. But Kiko's TPing straight into an opponent. Maybe they thought they could control the heaven angle with somebody. But very easy kill for Tex to be able to get. And this push all the way deep. Again, just walking into Mazzino's flashes. Mazzino's flashes on the KO have been finding insane value.
Yeah, let's go. You like them?
Bonka not happy. And of course, because this is the map where you're supposed to be significantly better than your opponent.
Expectations have been turned on their heads here. Run it again. Different wall, different approach, but the same general idea. A lot of players tagged up here. Don't be scared. Mad has dashed into that smoke now, has the Bucky in hand, so he's willing to slam the door shut in their face. The plant will go down without any sort of pushback. MIBR just gathering bodies and players into position underhanded with a flash. Hands over the gun. Damage done.
This time, plant committed, at least.
Yeah, but the reveal's big. And shot straight through. It's pinpoint accuracy. Hunting out the remaining stragglers, and Tex will go down, but listen, the rest of them fully surviving, fully healthy here. MIBR leading it forwards now. That's the 10th round that they've got.
It's an easy cleanup. It really is. A 6-round lead. And NRG are going to need an instant response. The bonus is decent. Aspas with an outlaw. You're forced to buy full armor. Can't do any of that scrimping and saving that NRG usually like to do. What's the game plan here that Ethan's going to call?
NRG needs something. They need anything right now.
Deep breath.
Spread out. Might look to take some mid-control by the looks of it. Player positions. Might speed into the corner here. Verno doesn't want to open himself too hard in terms of the angles. It's a flash and a dart. Forces Matter to respect all that util. Pulls back Verno though.
Yeah, he's so deep.
He does not have respect on his mind.
No, I mean, with the recon and the 0 point, you know that you're going to drive Matter out of that situation. Great bait as well.
Yeah, unbroken.
Do they think about anybody being pushed up? When they see Aspas, though, when Aspas sees them!
God, okay.
Matter had barely got a glimpse, and suddenly Outlaw straight between the eyes.
Yeah, we're barely getting a chance to finish our sentences.
And Verno, still undetected in the midst of all of that. And if you thought anyone was pushed up, surely you would think it would be Aspas.
Yeah, not your Sova player. Caution to the window. That's how I describe MIBR playing this one. They'd lay it down, and this is them trying to at least get a bit of a move on. Ethan anticipating this angle. Still Mazzino's there. Inserting himself into the conversation. Announcing himself over towards the B side. That's a spike. Drop down. Kiko walking, looking for extra opportunities to even it out into a 2v2, but he's not finding anyone.
30 seconds left.
Rejoining his teammate, though, Scuba back in it. Might be able to collect that kill. It's an easy one. Zekken, attention drawn to a different direction. But Mazzino and Aspas have rifles, and these are 1v1s potentially offered up. Kiko is dropped. Now Scuba's being pressed from 2 directions. Pinched. An expectation potentially. The crosshair placement could be good for this, but Aspas woke up on the right side of bed today.
Yeah. Has he changed his routine? Has he eaten something different for breakfast?
It's just ridiculous. What a turnaround.
It really is. But it's also back to normal to some degree, right? Like, it's not anything unusual. What's been unusual is his recent performances. That shot, beautiful. Yeah. Mazzino and Aspas combining together on this map, though, to tear apart NRG. This scoreline is going to be utterly dominant.
It's unbelievable.
They're 11-4 up.
Genuinely in shock at this. Because MIBR, you've got to think about it from their perspective. They play a grueling BO5, push to the limits. They have no time to rest. They're immediately going into a G2, fully prepping their every move. And they go out spiraling down to the lower bracket. And NRG had the opportunity. They finished their game first. They could watch that match. They could prep. They could think about what they were going to do. MIBR, the pressure has been on them.
Yeah.
The target's been on their back.
And again, a reminder that up until this match, NRG had not lost a single map where they had tape on their opponent. Yeah. When they knew what was coming up and they knew how they played, NRG were winning everything.
They flipped the script.
Yeah, today, they've been able to see the bind. They've been able to see the corrode. MIBR have changed up the way in which they're playing, the details, and stayed ahead of it. But This is a huge turnaround.
In such a short time.
And it bears reiterating too. NRG are 10-1 all-time on Corrode. This would only be the second loss ever on this map. They did almost lose. It did go to OT. It was a 16-14 victory for NRG over MIBR at Champs. Different roster, but still with, you know, Verno, Aspas,
Yeah.
these kind of core players that they maintained in the off-season. But every time NRG have persevered, except for once, and now, apparently, except for this game too.
Yeah. The pressure is on. Never been higher here. One more spot to Santiago up for grabs. MIBR looking to see if they can really dish this one out, but Matters straight in there. There's a force buy from them as well. All-in investment from NRG on the backside of this timeout.
And most of the guns are shockingly poor, but Matters still makes it work with 8 HP to his name.
Nades rebounding here, longer to saturate. This is fast util. MIBR trying to make them mightily uncomfortable. No element where they can sit safe and pretty inside that post plant, even just denied a plant. That is a spike out in the open. 4v4.
Kiko needs to activate over towards elbow, I think, but his KD is so low. I don't know if he has the confidence. It's on the rest of the squad. Oh, and they get melted.
And they just absolutely slam the door in their face. MIBR, they follow the sound cues. They have the confidence and they have that desire to close out this map. If you told me that MIBR would be leading potentially 2-0 early on in this best of 5 lower bracket grand finals,
yeah, I'd be shocked.
I wouldn't believe you.
We saw RRQ over in Pacific. They tumbled from the upper bracket. Arguably the favorites in their upper bracket game, though, hard to say. But then got 3-0'd in the middle. Pretty similar to MIBR. And crashed out in the lowers.
Yeah.
Here, MIBR with this veteran core, huge amounts of experience. They should have been up to the task, and it looks like they are capable of it.
Massive, massive credit. Resilience is on display. Inside the smoke, Aspas looking like he wants to try and take that fight. Hold on, that's a game of timings. Kiko kind of would have fully blinded up, but you weren't expecting that, were you? Aspas shorty out, running down the opponents, but the A site is weak.
Oh, look how proactive they are as well, just immediately pulling around to the other side.
Just second home. There's going to be reinforcements arriving. Convergent paths, lay it down. That's a kill claimed. So ready to jump on the chance. Any moment. Scuba that Guardian. Layering down the bullets, brought it to a 3v3. This is pure survival for NRG. Barely hanging on.
They're unaware of Tex behind them, but they might have found a gap here where they can retreat back through mid, and Tex will be flanking a non-existent push. Tex might figure it out at some point, though, when he realizes there is nobody in yard. But still, even if NRG are able to find an empty B site and get a perfect post plant going, they need 8 rounds in a row.
It's such a struggle. Uphill battle.
This round felt very fast and
30
loose
seconds left.
from both teams.
I'd say that's been most of the game, to be honest.
I think it's been working for MIBR.
Yeah.
The higher levels of aggression and not worrying too much about making mistakes is really working for them.
More catching the flank potentially. Guns need to be out. Tex is right out into the open. Brock, the weapon for it. 1 player down, 2 more to go. Playing back, he's got his ult online. He's got a lot of ways to win this. Zekin with a deep TP.
But he uses the smoke there, doesn't have it to cover the spike.
Yeah. Bit of a one-way on themselves, to be honest, at this point as well. It's going to be very difficult to try and get around. And yeah, he's left wondering exactly where it's even planted for. Ethan holding it forward, so NRG still active, still alive in this map.
That damage is good. Aspas has got huge amounts of wealth to be able to work with. NRG have got scraps. And like we said, they need 8 rounds in a row, now 7. The streaks have all been going the way of NRG. Definitely thought when we started this map that this was going to be a bounce back and a response from the defending world champions, and they have been absent. They've been getting manhandled, in fact.
Yeah,
I mean, look at that. Frustration in, I think, for Ethan as well. Every idea that he's had is not working.
One round at a time is what NRG are going to be telling themselves here. And they've got plenty of ults to see if they can at least pave a path forwards to success. That's a big reveal, big damage. And Verno, despite how uncomfortable it was an ult being layered down on top of him. He still wins that fight out. Double dash over and seconds played in. Scuba is no more. 2 players sent straight back to that spectator seat. And now they have to watch in dismay as a map that should be home territory is getting taken away.
20 kills in 18 rounds from Azino.
It's not playing, not messing around. Ethan will look to see if he can power his way through this one, though. Him and Brock side by side. Flash, rebound. Nade for a nade. It's all just slowing it down. Enough time bought for MIBR to get players in position. And MIBR know to play to the outs. They're not going to give any free kills. Waiting, biding their time. Plan is down, though.
Ethan not using his as a response there.
Zeno using his early. DTP. It's information gathered, at least that you know that one player is there. For NRG, they need heroics, they need individuals to be popping to survive in a map like this. First kill, second kill claimed, and 2 left to stand against it, but there's that damage done. Verno as weak as anything. Snake bites flying forwards, bullets rattling, takes blade in. 1v1, Ethan can't get it done. MIBR are walking on water at this point, and they steal away that home territory map at Corrode and lead our lower bracket grand finals by 2.
What a shot at the end from Tex, and a small shrug of the shoulders from Ethan, like, what more can I actually do in that spot?
Yeah.
It does feel like some of these rounds, MIBR access deep, hidden reserves to push them over the edge.